So we're going to talk to you about what kind of crate you should get, how you should utilize the crate, and how to introduce your dog to the crate. So first off, what sort of crate should you get? Now, I personally like the wire crates, but you can also use the plastic kennel-like crates, right? The ones that just kind of piece together. Either way is totally fine. It's completely a preference. The plastic ones are nice because they're very den-like, they're closed up, they block out a lot of visuals to the dog or distractions. So that can be kind of nice to use. However, the wire crate is just as good, and in fact can sometimes be even better for dogs that are more likely to get a little stir crazy and maybe a little anxious, that maybe are even a little escape artists too. So if you do have a dog that's particularly dealing with anxiety and scratches at the crate or tries to escape or maybe has been successful at getting out of this thing, you want to make sure that you secure all the sides and corners of the crate, and especially the latch as well. So you can do that by using zip ties or carabiners or different things of that sort, and just secure the ends and where the crate kind of comes apart, as well as down here. If you notice, this plastic piece slides out, right? So you may want to get something that's sturdy that you can put on top. One good thing, cool thing that's good to use instead of this or put on top is what's called a Primo pad. It's almost indestructible for most dogs, so that's a great thing to put in there. Plus it cancels out a lot of noise from the tapping on the bottom of the crate, right? So either crate is totally fine, but especially what I want to suggest is just using one. Crates are fantastic tools for all dogs. Every dog should be crate trained for a lot of different reasons. One big reason is, of course, to keep dogs safe, right? If we leave our dogs home alone, they have plenty of options to make bad decisions, right? Getting into the trash, getting things that are left on the counter, tearing up your shoes, tearing up your furniture, or barking and screaming and rushing the door when the doorbell rings, perhaps for the UPS delivery man or guests or whatever, right? The crate can be utilized when you're home, but also, of course, while you're away. Most people will generally use them when they're gone, but we also want to utilize it while we're home to teach our dog that it's okay to be separate from us, and to use it maybe opportunities like when you have guests over and you don't want your dog up in everybody's business, or maybe when you have the repairman over to keep the dog out of their way, right? So many good uses for this crate. But another great one too is, if anything, your dog at some point will have to be kenneled, right? Whether it's at a boarding facility when you go on vacation, or for the times when it has to go to the vet. It's inevitable. At some point you're gonna have to go to trip to the vet. Hopefully not too serious, but their dog's gonna need to be in a kennel. So to get the dog used to being in a closed space, it's great to just get the dog acquainted with the crate on a regular daily basis. All right, so now we know what kind of crate to get. We know that it's important to use the crate. Another point I should bring out though is the size of the crate. We just want to make sure that the dog can lay down, turn around, and stand up in. Okay, the dog doesn't need to completely stretch out, stretch its neck. That doesn't really matter. The dog's really going to be only sleeping in the crate, so it just needs to lay down. But it does need to be able to turn around and, of course, fit in it properly. So we don't need to get this oversized crate that's practically a run. We don't need to do that, right? Just getting it to where the dog just fits just right, okay? And of course, if your dog's a destructive dog, let's not leave any towels or blankets or beds in there. They don't need it. They're absolutely fine. But of course, if your dog is well behaved in the crate, then go right ahead and put a nice comfy bed in there. Okay, I think we've covered the basics. Now let's move on to how to introduce your dog to the crate.